What is going on? What is going on? This is Mike Clark. No excuses. Back at it, man. Where we help you navigate the world of finance. We talk about entrepreneurship, whatever is pleasing to the eye, whatever I believe my listeners need to know about. Mike got an opinion about it. We're going to navigate the world of finance to help you build a better future for yourself. And today, we're talking about an important topic that's been on many people's mind lately, dealing with an expected recession. Now, in this episode, we'll discuss some of the best ways to prepare for a downturn in the economy and make sure you come out on top. So let's get started. All right. First thing we're going to talk about, man, of course, is understanding the basics of a recession. Now, to sum it up, I would say read the room. What does that mean to you? If you go to the grocery store and prices aren't the same, read the room. If you go into the gas station and you look at the gas prices, I'd say read the room. I would say whatever you normally make purchases on, understand that there's a reason why these prices are going up, and understand that history does repeat itself. Now, before we dive into the specifics of what you can do to prepare for a recession, we got to take a step back and understand what a recession actually is. A recession is a period of an economic decline, typically marked by a decrease in gross domestic product, a rise in unemployment, and a drop in consumer spending. Recession can be caused by a variety of factors, including rising interest rates, natural disasters, and pandemics like the one we've been dealing with over the past years. Not to mention, there's a war going on in Ukraine and Russia, if you all have forgotten. Our news doesn't broadcast that as much as they used to. So now that we understand what the basis of a recession is, let's go right into the steps to help you prepare for a recession. First thing you need to do is, of course, you need to build an emergency fund. I've spoken about this. I can't express this enough, how you must build an emergency fund. One of the most important things you can do to prepare for a recession is to build up an emergency fund, that rainy day fund. This is money that you set aside specifically for unexpected expenses, such as job loss or unexpected medical bills, car breakdown, etc. Experts recommend having at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up just in case of an emergency. This can help you weather the storm and give you peace of mind. Now, add up every dollar, every expense you have for the month. Okay? So that's all of your household bills. That's whatever you spend on your car, insurance, car note, all of that good stuff, right? And then once you get the total, say once you add up all your expenses, it adds up to $5,000. Okay. You need 3 to 6 months of that. So that's 5, 10, 15,000 if you're doing a 3 month emergency fund. Now if you're doing a six month, then you guessed it, it's $30,000. Now you can start off nice and slow, get to $1,000, and if you can keep $1,000 in there, cool. Let that be your first goal. Give yourself a grace period of saying, hey, I will make sure I hit this 3 to 6 month emergency goal within a year, within 2 years. You can make it realistic. You're not going to have this money overnight because it is extra money, but you have to get in the habit of putting that money aside and not touching it unless it's a legit emergency. And that's harder, just seeing that money sit there, but you got to understand that there's a reason why you hear these sayings, I'm not liquid, or I don't have the money right now, or whatever. You have to, because you never know when something's going to happen. You never know when you got to up and go to a funeral. You don't know when your car's going to break down. You don't know if there's going to be a sickness in the family. Just be ready, okay? The next step, of course, is you need to pay off debt. Another important step is to pay off as much debt as you can before recession hits. This can help reduce your financial burden to weather any job loss or decrease income that might come in a downturn economy. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of layoffs going on. A lot of layoffs. What does that tell you? Make sure, we get in those habits of living check to check, but understand living check to check is very, very dangerous. And if you're living check to check and your immediate circle living check to check, who's going to help who? The government can only assist, and you know how slow that can be. So you have to be the one that's going to save yourself. So make that mental note and understand that, yeah, you don't have to pay all your debt off, but just bringing it down just a little bit, giving yourself some breathing room just to get yourself through what could be a recession. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do, of course, is diversify your investments. Diversifying your investments is another key step in preparing for a recession. This means spreading your money out to a variety of different assets, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities. You guys know I'm really big in real estate. I'm really big in real estate, and I put a lot of my funds in there, you know. And I know that if I'm going to sell a property at some point, that money is still there. It's still holding its value. If for some reason that property declines and it looks like I'm losing money, just know I'm holding on to it till it appreciates to where it makes the most sense for me to sell said property. Everything is up and down. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a man that's talking, right? But you guys have to do your research. Don't sit there and go off of someone you hear in off podcast app. Don't go off of someone who's not credible off of a YouTube channel. It makes sense to gather credible sources and understand there's methods to understanding what is credible, right? But make sure it's not just Wikipedia information or just a random YouTube channel you've seen. Like, do some actual research. Books, read peer-reviewed journals, look at real credible sources. Okay, and then not the last thing, but be mindful of your spending. That's another big thing. All right, that's has to be the most important thing. You have to be mindful of your spending during a recession. This means taking a hard look at your budget and cutting out any non-essential expenses. That means the extra runs you're doing at McDonald's. That means the extra cash you're spending at the gas station. That means, just going out of town for no reason. Just bringing those expenses down just a little bit. So the things that you normally do throughout the year, just you might have to back down. Instead of doing it 5 days a week, maybe you do it twice a week. I'm not saying you have to give up everything, but you have to prepare because we never know what's going to happen, right? And you rather be ready than having to get ready. All right. So there you have it. 4 key steps you can take to prepare for recession. Remember, it's always better to be proactive and prepared rather than reactive and caught off guard. So start taking these steps today and make sure you're ready for whatever the future holds. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of No Excuses. We hope you found this information helpful. Don't forget to tune in next time, where we'll continue our mission to help navigate the world of finance, entrepreneurship, home ownership, and Black excellence. Yes, and all excellence, We are very diverse over here. This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. You don't know what that is? We're going to have another episode on it soon. But I've had one before, but yeah, just tune in and go back to that previous episode. You guys will understand what ChatGPT is. But I love you guys. You already know what it is. Mike Clark, we out of here. Peace.